Well, my name is Dario Valdivia. I am a finance major at the U of A, and let's get this going.
Awesome. My name's Max. I'm a finance major at the U of A. This is my one card. Okay. What are typical careers in your field? What are careers you've considered and why?
Well, I mean, in finance, I think the typical careers, is investment banking, private equity, if you're lucky enough, hedge funds. I think I really want to get put my foot in the door in those industries and just see, yeah, like where it goes and if it's really the grind that people say it is. I that's my main career consideration. I would also be open to working in wealth management, working with people directly, and managing their portfolios for them sounds like something that would be right up my alley.
Awesome. Yeah, and then what are other fields of study that your field interacts with? And like explain a specific situation in which this occurs.
I think the obvious one is accounting, and I mean that's the one I want to go with. Accounting they always say is about looking at the past, and finance is about looking into the future. So I think, these are very linked. I mean, a situation that would arise is I've heard from many people that, firms have an accounting department and a finance department, and these guys are working seamlessly together, sometimes even work on the same floor, just because they're so related and so much of finance relies on the information provided by accounting and, where to allocate resources in the future by, studying the past.
Yeah. And then what are some challenges you think you will find in finance? Will they be more technical challenges or more like soft skills?
I think there'll be more technical challenges in finance. I think a lot of it is, the hours that you have to put in when you go into something like investment banking. Um, and I think there's obviously going to be a learning curve. It's one thing to learn about theoretical finance in class. It's another to actually practice it and, deal with real people's money and real firms' money. I think there's definitely going to be a technical skill that I'm going to need to develop if I want to succeed in an investment banking.
Okay, and then last is finance is often seen as the language of business. What do you think gets lost in translation when we express everything in financial terms?
I would say definitely the human aspect. When you're looking at a balance sheet, you're looking at, CPP, EI, this is like these are real people. And especially in something like, private equity, and in banking, you're dealing with people's pensions. And these aren't just numbers, these are people with kids and obligations and car payments and food bills. And I think that finance gets crunched down to numbers too much, and sometimes it overlooks the purpose of finance.
Sweet.
All right, Max, I think it's your turn. Max, what are some typical careers in our field? What careers
Yeah,
have you considered and why?
like you said, there's, corporate finance, investment banking, and like financial analysts, like the main things. But for me, what really sticks out is like how it could be used in entrepreneurship. I think I'm less drawn to the traditional path and more kind of drawn to what it can do to grow a business and, just make good strategic choices using these financial tools that I'm learning.
Cool, cool. What are other fields of study that your field interacts with? And explain a scenario in which this occurs.
I think you interact a lot with like marketing, management, obviously accounting. For like entrepreneurship, example would be like launching a new product. You need to know if it's viable and scalable. You need to understand the finances.
Cool, cool, cool. What are some challenges you think you're going to face, and will they be more technical or will they be soft skills?
I think for the most part, the finance struggles will be technical. Just, a lot of math, a lot of theories and stuff like that. But I think also there will be struggles that with soft skills, especially in the entrepreneurship route. A lot of clients you're interacting with and just a lot of people skills are going to be needed.
Yeah, you almost take on like a sales role.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then, yeah, finance. It's the language of business. What do you think, what do you think we gets lost in translation?
I think what often gets lost is a purpose, like behind the numbers. When we reduce everything to profit margins and ROI, we can overlook creativity, innovation, and long-term relationships that make a business sustainable.
Yeah, great. This was excellent. Thank you for your time.
Sweet. Thank you for your time.